with complaints of pedilema since 15 days. Bilateral extending up to knees 15 type. Decreased appetite and decreased urine output since 10 days. Shortness of breath on exertion since 15 days. Rate of progress to shortness of breath grade 4 associated with palpitations on and off and chest pain. Hearing loss since 2 years. Patient complains pain in the ear on and off, but there is no history of ear discharge. Patient complaint of ulcer in the oral cavity, not able to eat food since 15 days. And she had fever 3 days back, high grade, intermittent, relieved with medication. No history of cough and cold, and she is a known case of diabetes since 5 years. And on metformin 500 mg and climipiride 1 mg. Personal history, her appetite is normal, bowels regular, bladder normal. General examination, patient is cautious, coherent, cooperative. Sign of pallor is seen, no icterus, clubbing, cyanosis, lymphadenopathy. Her vitals, temperature, a febrile pulse 80 beats per minute, respiratory rate 19, BP is 110/70, saturation 98%, GRBS 88. Systemic examination.
Yeah, in the systemic examination, show us the findings. Now, in your history, did you tell us anything about her shortness of breath and pedal edema? Any history of shortness of breath, pedal edema?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us more about that. Since when did she have shortness of breath? When did she have palpitations? When did she have pedal edema?
She's having since 1 month, sir. She's continuous for 1 month.
So since 1 month she is having shortness of breath.
Yes,
How did it start? What started first? Shortness of breath or pedal edema?
she's complaining of intermittently chest pain, sir.
Chest pain.
Chest pain. She's having in this year only. She's having a silent attacks of
Chest pain.
chest pain, sir. But not went to any hospital, sir. And also palpitations are also present, sir. Intermittently. And
So chest pain and palpitations. And any shortness of breath after that?
yes, sir, shortness of breath since 1 month, sir.
Since 1 month shortness of breath also. Yeah, so you see chest pain, palpitation, shortness of breath, pedal edema. So now what you're seeing in front of you is edema, isn't it? With some other findings like, look at this beautiful hands with thumbs and another extra thumb in the lateral aspect. So this lady has 2 thumbs in each hand. Yeah, that's where the arrow is. So these are supernumerary digits. So she has got 2 extra fingers in both her hands as well as both in her legs also. I mean in her feet. Yeah, she has got 2 extra fingers in her feet as well. Yeah, you can see 1 extra finger here and another extra finger there. Yes. So what is happening to her? Why has she gone into pedal edema? Pedal edema preceded by chest pain, shortness of breath, palpitations. Okay, now let us look at her palpitations spotter. Show us the ECG. Very, very common. Show it to us. Make it rotated maybe. This ECG which will be given to you for the exam. This is the commonest ECG given in the exam. Hint. Okay, let's go and see what they are thinking. Lady with palpitations. What is the ECG? Okay, good. So this lady was having atrial fibrillation causing her palpitation, chest pain, obviously ischemic heart disease, a diabetic, and you haven't seen a general examination, the visceral fat, a lot of visceral fat. Now that has led to microvascular dysfunction and heart failure. And now look at her other microvascular dysfunction, that is peripheral arterial disease, that too in the feet. So diabetic foot is a classical example. You can see how the diabetes is causing damage to the cutaneous tissues of the feet. Just look how the disease is evolving here. Show. Now Now look at these. What do you see here? Some bullous lesions, aren't they? So what is happening here? Now look at the other image. Where there is ulceration. Look at that. Yes. So you see, some bullous lesions have appeared, and there is an ulceration going on there. Basically, that ulceration which you see was also a bullous lesion, which has ruptured. So all these bullae will rupture, and there will be ulceration here. So what is happening to this diabetic lady, where there is formation of bulla followed by rupture? This is a very common, commonly encountered problem these days. You see, diabetic foot. Now, preceding the diabetic foot, there is a very peculiar process going on inside the body. So Dr. Nikita had once presented a similar autoimmune process, not related to diabetes, which happens in two different varieties, all producing 10-20 neat MCQs. So one of them is bullous pemphigoid and the other is bullous pemphigus vulgaris. So very similar condition where you have bullous lesions like this. So one is called pemphigoid, the other is vulgaris. Now something similar is happening here, but it is not the same mechanism. Here the mechanism is probably secondary. So there it would be primary in the sense we don't know why, we call it autoimmune. So why the WBC is attacking, we do not know. But what is common to both is here and there, both places pathologically, the WBCs are attacking the dermal and subdermal layers. And because of which there is destruction of the cells in those layers, and all that destroyed thing is collecting as a fluid. Only the epidermis is visible. So it is ballooned up like this. And of course it happens because of an immune mediated reaction. So why this immune mediated reaction in a diabetic lady? So we already know that there are so many adipocytes in the abdomen, and all those adipocytes are killing immune cells, very, very active killer cells, and they secrete a lot of cytokines, and these cytokines, they go into the vessels and destroy the vessels, causing endothelial inflammation, damage, followed by fibrosis, occlusion. So this is what has happened to our vessels. Many of our vessels have become occluded in the heart, one, and probably some of them are happening in the cerebrum, in the kidneys, for all you know. So this is very common. This is the biggest problem with diabetes or hypertension. Most of them are having visceral fat, and these adipocytes are attacking the different microvasculature and causing them to get occluded. Now, but here, this attack has not only attacked the vessels, but it has attacked directly the skin. Now, why it has happened in the last 2-3 weeks, what precipitated this attack is something we do not know. Maybe we have to know more about our life events and we can correlate that.